Hey, it's Andrew. So would you believe YouTube did eat up my video? Don't know how that happened. So I'm going to redo it, and it won't take me long though. So I'll even try and make it a little bit shorter because I installed a little plugin that'll help you. So I'm on the live site right now. First, let's just go find our, we can go here to news and events, upcoming seminars. So we'll imagine that this is the post we want to copy. Now I already have copied it for you, but I'll just do it again and then maybe delete what I produced during this process because you've already got that other copy. So a lot of different ways to do it, but I'll open up the post, I'll look at it, then I'll go edit post up here. Now I will copy this post, and this will copy it into a new post that's separate from this. It won't make any changes to this one. It'll basically just clone it. One thing I'll do before I clone it, I'm just going to look and see what category this post is. The way the website works is it really relies on post categories to structure the content. So this one happens to be categorized as new seminars, and that's going to be important down the road. So I'm just going to look at that now because I don't want to have to come back to this particular page. So I'm going to copy this post. Post successfully copied. So nothing was actually done to this first post. Now I know that the copy of this post has been produced. Now I want to go find that copy and start working on it. So I go to all posts on the sidebar here. By default, the all posts list typically sorts it by date. So here's the most recent one right here. Criminal negligence at work, chilling liabilities. And there it is. There's the copy. It's left it in draft status because the system doesn't want to publish it for us while we're still working on it, which is good. It's left it in the category new seminars, which is exactly what we wanted. So there you go. So I'm going to go edit. I can edit this post now. So imagine in my case you've sent me an email, but maybe you just have typed out your information in Microsoft Word, or maybe you're just going to type directly into the post. You can do any of those methods. So oops, let's just get this. Here's our post right here. So I want to change the title. Go over to my email. Copy. And then it's just basically just adding it in. There you go. The permalink you need to change. The permalink is the link that shows up in the address bar. By default, it'll have the old name in it with a 2 at the end because it's a copy. It's version 2 of something you copied. So I'm just going to paste this in. I don't think I want to have brackets inside my address bar. I don't think that's friendly, and certainly the slash isn't friendly. So I'm going to take the parenthetical part out of that sentence, and it'll automatically turn it into a web friendly link with little dashes instead of spaces. So there we go. That's there. Now, again, I can plug in the title. So basically I'm just playing the copy and paste game. Let me paste it. There you go. That looks okay. It looks very crunched here. On this editing screen, don't worry about the way it looks like on the editing screen. We'll actually preview it and see how it's actually rendering. So it's on the 28th from 8 to 9:30. So I'm just kind of spot checking 28th. And now and I believe it's on Tuesday, October 28th. And it is from 8 to 9:30. I just change the side here. Just doing a little spot checking here. This add to calendar, this is a link that's coming from Constant Contact. We'll handle those at the very end. The address information is the same. The contact information is the same. So now I just want to get into my speakers, my description, and the bullet list, and the rest of the post. So I'm going to come to this area at the end because it's kind of the trickiest, but it's really not that hard. So let's get rid of our old description. I'm just going to put the new description right there. So I'll go back to my email. There it is. Copy. Now, because the email might carry with it some formatting that I don't want, I want to control the formatting. I just clicked on the Paste as Text button, which is going to tell WordPress, I don't care if it's bold, I don't care if it's italicized, I don't care what font size it is, just put it in as basic WordPress text. And now, because that's how it was set up before on this particular post. So then, let's get rid of the bullet points. and the sort of the intro clause there. Oops, that's too much. So I go back to my email. One thing with bullet points is you also don't want to carry them in from an email into WordPress. So I'm going to make sure this is on again. Post as text. Let's see what happens. So when I posted as text, it rendered the little bullet point as actually just a little, like a floating period, which is not what I want. So I'll backspace it and actually take the space out between these. I'm going to hit return, or I'm going to hit shift return. Shift return. Shift return. Now I think when I highlight those, now I click bullets, now I get a clean bullet list. So now let's go back. Now who should attend? I'm not sure who you want to have on here, but again, it's just editing that, no problem. Then I'll just maybe make some more cosmetic changes. There we go. I didn't even know there was Ministry of Labor mandatory training requirements. Shows you what I know. Okay, there we go. So I've updated those. I've updated that. Oh! I missed one bullet point in my haste. No problem. Backspace that, delete that. Make this one a bullet, and there, it automatically put them all into one list. So let's just check. I should have 5 bullet points. 5 bullet points. There we go. There we go. So let me preview it and see how it's looking. Looks good. I'm ignoring this area for now, but the rest is fine. I think I might like a space in between the title and the body. Everything's good there. I know we're talking on a different thread about our preferences on bullet points. So if we want to switch it to solid, I'll handle that in a separate note. But okay, so really, oh wait, there's no title. There's the title. Sorry, I scrolled down. I think I just want some space in between the title and that first line. So no problem. It looks like there's a space. Sometimes WordPress, the hardest thing about WordPress is making it put a space in. So I'm going to put an extra space in. It looks like on this side, my goodness, there's so much space. Let's see what it looks like on the preview. It's just loading now. There, so by putting in that extra return, which looks sort of extreme on this page, wow, that's a lot of returns, I got the desired look I wanted there. So let's go to our biography section. So I'm just going to, this is again just essentially just a copy and paste, or a type and replace, whatever we want to do. Where are we here? Now, I'll fix their titles now. So now what I'll do, this is the only part that's, you know, remotely difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up a copy of the site in a new tab. Here I am. So let's go to our team. Let's just search by, well actually I'm going to do just a browser search. So I'm going to press Control F in my web browser, which works for all, I think 99% of web browsers. Control F will call up the searching tool. I don't want to bother looking with my eyes. So I think he's under David. There's David. All right. So he is a OHS and workers' comp specialist. So see if I can copy his title here with my mouse. It's a little bit tricky in there, so I'll just type it myself. OHS and workers' comp specialist. So assuming that's his title, let's put it in there. OHS, oops. OHS and workers comp. Try and spell it. I'll let you decide if that title's too big because I believe Laura is going to be a smaller title. I think she's just partner. I don't know if I need to include her subtitle. For now I won't. I'll just leave it as partner. Close that preview. So that's good. Now I got to get a link to their biography because right now this is linking to Jeremy's and that's linking to whoever was there before. So let's get a link to David's bio. First we'll do Laura actually since we're on her. The simple way, I like quick and dirty solutions. I'm just going to right click. I know that if I left click, I'll go to her bio, right? There it is. So I can, after visiting her page, I can just go up to the address bar and copy that link. Now it's in my browser's memory, or my computer's memory. If I left click on the biography link here, I can click here to edit the link. And right now you see it's going to Cheryl Edwards. Well, I'm going to backspace that, send it to Laura's. Now I hit update. Now that link is going to take us to Laura's bio. Let's do the same thing with David's, but I'll even do another shortcut because I love shortcuts. So keep going till I find David. There he is. Now I could just right click on his name. Instead of left clicking, this is one fewer click. I can right click on his name and copy the link address. And now I put my cursor on that bio, edit the bio, take it off Jeremy Warning, put it onto David Marchioni. There. So now we just need to change the images. Okay, so let's change these images. So I'll show you, there's a lot of different ways to do this. In the first video I showed you a slightly more technical way. The way I'm showing you now I think is the way you'll end up doing it. The way I show you doing it, it doesn't include these little lines, but I'll be honest, I think it looks better without the lines because of the nice white background of the site and the nice white background of the photos. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I click on Jeremy's image and I click X, and you just got to be careful with your cursor here. So I click X and I just want to click right here, and I just want to make sure my cursor is probably in the same spot where the image was a second ago. So essentially I've just clicked and I can kind of intuit, yeah, this is probably the right spot. We'll find out in a second if it isn't. So now, so the cursor's flashing, we're ready to put in a new image. We'll go edit media. So I've already searched it by David. I kind of cheated and tested before I recorded. So I go to, I apologize for that. Let's get a more pure test. Add media. You can choose to upload a new image or go to the media library. If you know what everyone looks like, you can just go through, but maybe, I mean, there's David right there, but let's just do a more robust test. We can type David, and because whoever put these images up did a good job of labeling the file names, it knows that this is David here. So when I pick David, oops, there he is. I just want to look down here, make sure this is on link to none. The alignment doesn't matter, that's being handled by the site, and the size is full size. So you want to link to none and full size. Sometimes those will be the default right when you do it. But if they're not the default, you just want to make sure that's what it is. So insert into post. So there he is. Now let's do Laura's. So go click. Make sure your cursor is probably right where the image just was. Add media. Let's change our filter to Laura. Here she is. Link to none, full size. Makes me happy. Now I will preview it. So there we go. You'll notice that the lines aren't in there. Frankly, it's a cosmetic thing. Do we like the lines or we don't like the lines? I don't think you should have the lines in there. I think this looks elegant the way it is here now, which in fact is an improvement upon the first one that I made for you. So there we go. So what else needs to be done here? These links down here are built in Constant Contact. So I'm not sure exactly who does the Constant Contact work or how you do it. I can tell you how to do that very easily. So if Constant Contact gives you a link for these, you would just go into the text side of the editor, and these are the links right here down at the bottom. So let's just find them. I like to, when you switch over into the code side, sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, I can't find where I need to be here. It's all crazy. It gets just confusing with all the text. So an easy way to cheat your way through it is to copy a string of text that is near the buttons, mandatory training requirements. In fact, I'll grab this whole string because that's going to provide a better test. So I've copied that string, go to the test side, do Control F in my web browser, and I search for it, and there it is right there. So I don't even need to think. It finds the spot for me. So sure enough, right underneath are the buttons. There's button number 1, and button number 2 is right there. So if you just want to replace the link on Constant Contact, once you set up the new event, you just have to edit this link by backspacing the old link and pasting in the new link. That's how I would recommend doing it. And like as I said, Constant Contact will give you the link. And in any case, also the sidebar link. I happen to know that the way the site's built is the sidebar shows up at the bottom of the page here. So the sidebar link with add to calendar is right there. So when you create those links. So when you have the links ready, if you need help with that part, let me know once you have those made over in Constant Contact. But beyond that, I think this page is, I'd be satisfied with it. You know, you can test these links. This should open Laura's bio. Good. This should open David's bio. Good. I opened in a new tab. If I click normally, it would just open normally. Okay, so now there's a second part of the mix, right? And that is, how do we get this on the index page? So for this index, I'm going to leave it as status draft, and I am going to say, I'm going to call this as demo. I don't want you to use this post, but I'm not going to delete it in case for some reason you want to find it to match what I did on the video. I'm just calling it demo, and I will save draft. So it's going to be saved in the back end of the system. Status equals draft. It will not publish. So the second part is, how do we get this onto the index page? Well, let's go visit that index page. Upcoming seminars. There it is. So because that other post is still in draft, it's not showing up here. Once it gets published with the category equal to new seminars, it will show up on this page. Actually, that's not true. I do this page dynamically or undynamically. For when it is going to be dynamic, the trigger will be that flag. I just caught myself making a mistake there. In fact, we edit this page manually. So how do we do that? We just go edit page. This is just a flat page. And essentially, we just put a manual link to the post. So, easier just to show you. I like to put in a space in the table. It keeps it from getting too crunched. So I'll leave one empty row in the table. I'll paste in this October 28th, and I can indicate whether, you know, what type of event that the next one is, the October 28th event. So this is the preview of it. So let me just go back here into the back end, because I just want to get the link to that post. Go here to all posts. This is the demo one I recorded during the video just today as you're watching. This is the one from 18 hours ago that I did yesterday. Let me view it. So I'll correct myself what I said a moment ago. It is published now, but because there's a manual process to get it onto the index page, no one can find it. So I can copy the link here. Actually, there's different ways of doing it. I'll show you the more user-friendly way. I'll just copy the title, and I happen to know that using the parentheses, it's too long to show up on the other page, so I am going to just grab that part of the title. I don't want to retype things. Go here. I'll paste that title as text, because I don't want it to be big and large. I just want it to be a decent size. Well, there it is. Now, I want it to be a clickable link. Well, what do? I can highlight it. Oops. I think there's a space before the word update there. There we go. Highlight that. Grab the link, or create a link. Now, it's showing you the most recent posts that have been produced that we want to link it to. So I can see the one. These are published items. It's not going to show draft items, so it's only going to show published things. It shows the most recent documents near the top. Well, lo and behold, there's the post that talks about this event. So when I hit add link, now this is a clickable link leading to that event page. So what I'll do is I'll preview the change. I don't quite want to publish this one yet. I just want to preview the pages. So there it is. So again, we've got the site is a little bit narrow, so that's why it looks a little bit crunched up. But bottom line, this has done it for us. And so now this link, I'll open in a new tab, will link to the new October 28th event. So there. So that's how I've added it to this index page. Now, I won't save the changes here. I don't want to save the changes. In fact, I'll take this out, and I'll take this out, and I'll update it as is. So I've brought this page back to its original condition with no things. Just a miscellaneous thing while I'm here. If I want to add rows to my table, usually you can press tab and that'll do it for you. But this table's a little bit unique. So I go up to table, row, insert row after. So now I've got a fourth row. If I want to get rid of that fourth row, row, here, I'll go into that row. It's not like, you know, Excel or Word, more like Word, I guess. So I'll go row, delete row. So I took that row out. So if you ever need to do that, use this little grid thing. Put your cursor inside the table, and then you can interact with it from there. Okay, so I think I've done everything, and I've kept the video to under 20 minutes.